Hey guys, how you doing? This is Gersha from Technical Option Traders. I hope you guys are having a great day. These are some quick profits that we caught in our community Amazon puts. Members printed here. So just want to show you guys how the alerts came about to be. So right in the morning, we were watching certain levels on SPY and Triple Q. With that, we were watching all of the FANG and Amazon puts came in at 30. Stop loss, what they went to 39, and they actually went all the way to 41 and 45. Okay, so that's what Amazon did today. For our swing trading, we caught some nice SPY that we had since the weekend. They went up nice to about $7.71, and we caught Walmart puts as well. So did well there as well. So overall, great trading week and a great trading month start for our community today for the month of May. And let's get started here. If you guys want to join, the link is in the bio. And also, guys, just a humble request: if you guys like what I do, please like and subscribe and comment to help the channel here. Okay. So if we're looking at SPY, right, let's get started with this, right? This is the area, right, I've been talking about for quite some time here, that this is going to get very volatile here, and this is where it's going to get very tricky to trade, right? And right now we're below the 50 and we're below the 200-day. At the same time, we're getting a crossover here, which is called a death cross, right? When the 50 crosses over the 200-day, not really looking the best for the S&P 500 right now. And look at this candlestick that's forming right about now, right? This is this is like a doji, but look at the range of the candlestick, right? This is a long bottom. So this is getting wild. So we can have a push above here. So I believe the shorts could start covering here right now before the Fed meeting on Wednesday. So remember, the Fed meeting is Wednesday, 2 p.m. Okay, so do not trade until then. That's what I'm gonna do. You can do what you wish, but my thing is I'm not gonna trade until the Fed meeting is done. We were able to catch some nice moves. A lot of profit taking could be going on here until the Fed decide to speak. If the Fed come in and do some sort of soft landing, or they decide that they're going to decrease the interest rate basis point to only 0.25 instead of 0.5 as expected, could shoot the market higher. But overall, that will be temporary. So we can see what the Fed does. All eyes are on the Fed. The Fed controls the narrative right now. The market is starting to give out. If we look at it, market try to bounce higher here, unable to do so. If we look at the 1 hour time frame here, the price action, this is a bear flag breaking down here. Now it's getting a pullback here to 413. I want to see 413 breaks. We can come back to the upside about 420. But if this pulls back and it breaks 404, the next level down is about 395 for me. Okay, 393, 394, but 395 is what I'm watching for the SPY here. If we look at today, what is bouncing? We got commodities trying to bounce back. We have XLC communication trying to bounce back. I don't consider this a bounce back. This is way down here. Commodities, on the other hand, trying to pick up here, trying to make a move higher. And let's look at tech. Tech trying to push above 2, but tech is at an important level. It's consolidating at a lower price point. It's not really breaking out. It's more like it's ready to break down here, right? And the stocks and the sector that got hurt the most is materials and mining. So that's down quite a bit right now, between the 50 and the 200, right? And so that's what we want to keep our eyes focused on, eyes peeled on. And energy. Energy is consolidating above the 50. So this could be gearing up for the next leg up here. So energy is something to watch. If energy can get above this level here at 78 and break out, we're back and we're going to push here, right? So that's something to keep your eyes peeled on, right? So overall, the S&P 500 and its sectors, the majority of the sectors that it covers are struggling right now. We got financials that are in trouble. We got tech that's in trouble. We got consumer discretionary is in trouble. So overall, not a good day, right? So if we look at the triple Qs, instead of breaking down, they're barely holding on here. Just look at the volume on the triple Qs here, right? This is the death cross. Look at the volume here. The volume is pretty high and buyers are not able to get in. Sellers are controlling it and they're dominant, right? And that's something I want to pay attention to on the triple Qs here. If we lose this 307, we're going to work our way down to about 298. But right now, the important level to watch is this, about 317 to 316. If we can get above 330, price can start to get accepted in the zone. But we can start to work towards breaking this downtrend line and maybe working our way about 370, okay? But until that happens, we have to wait. We have to wait for confirmation. A lot of the trades will not happen and they won't work for you if you're not waiting for confirmation. So like S&P 500, right? I will not go long SPY until I get a confirmation. Right now, if we look at this, this is the downtrend line, and this is very, very extended. This is a very vertical downtrend line, and we do need a push above. So if SPY starts to consolidate here, breaks out of the 420, works his way up, and breaks out of 435, these are going to be my two confirmation that SPY is ready to break out to the upside. But until these levels are broken, I'm not going to trade to the upside right now. So same thing with triple Q. Triple Q, we need a break of about 343, then the break of this downtrend line, and then we can get a little bit more bullish here. And we do need buyers to step in. But until then, we have nothing to be bullish about on the triple Qs or S&P 500. Looking at Dow Jones. Dow Jones hanging on to the symmetrical triangle support. Okay, if this is hanging on, it needs to break above this level right here, 343, and then try to push and get above the 353 level. If it can get above that, it can go towards new highs. If it continues to break the 322, we're going to do a slow grind down to about 360 and then start turning over really aggressively, right? So remember, even bear markets have rallies. That does not mean the stocks are ready to bounce. So you have to wait for confirmation. And the S&P 500, Dow Jones right now, and the triple Qs, we don't have that confirmation. We're just having profit taking opportunities that are going on right now. If we look at IWM, IWM's bear flag breaking down. It tried to break below this level right here, held at 182. Now it's bouncing, right? But what I want to see is this continuation, and I want to see some sellers step in. Okay, so that's good. It didn't break completely. Now, if we get a bounce to 192 and it rejects, we can push down here and below. So if it gets above 192, it will need to consolidate, try to break above 204, and then get to the next leg higher. But until then, there's nothing, no trade on IWM. Wait for price action to confirm which way you want to go before you decide to jump in that direction. Looking at VIX. VIX, I've been talking about this for quite some time here. It actually tried to jump above the 50 and the 200, so it didn't close above the 200. It tried, but it didn't close above. Remember, it's closing below still. However, it does have an uptrend that's going on right now, so that's something to keep an eye on. If we get above the 30s, we can be in big trouble in sense of the market. So there's something that needs to spook the market, and the Fed are the perfect recipe for that spook that the market is doing. For they can be very aggressive because they need to control inflation. They need to control a lot of things in the market so it doesn't turn against them. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye on. The Fed can do what they need to make sure that the things remain stable. Okay, but I believe it's too late for that. But then again, that's my personal opinion. But we'll see what happens with that, right? So and then next thing we want to look at is gold. Gold, unfortunately, is broken down, and I'm out of my positions here on gold. It didn't work out. So I had a trade that I got out of here. I left some runners that didn't work out, but overall, I still broke out I still closed gold for a profit here. So like I said, I stuck to my level. If 175 held, I would hold it. If 175 did not hold, I'd close my positions, and then that's exactly what I did. Now I'm looking for gold to basically catch some bids and possibly try to push towards the upside. But now for gold, if it breaks this downtrend line that we have going on here, could be problematic here, right? So we'll see what gold does over the next coming days. I'm out of all trades. I'm not entering a bearish trade on gold. I don't have the confirmation to do that just yet, but I will keep my eye on it and we'll see if we get in that direction. But technically speaking, right now I'm stopped out of gold. Okay. So overall, crazy day today. So ARC is bouncing, right? Nothing moves in one direction, but still below this, and it's got a big range. So it needs to get above to 70. It needs to get to about 71. Then it needs to push higher. If it doesn't, it's gonna be a slow grind down, or it can just go sideways from here. The next thing we want to focus on is KWeb China. It's holding this level really well. This is a gap, so it's got gap here. Now it's got a new gap here as well. So it's holding this. So if this continues to hold, we can be slowly starting to trend upwards in China, okay? So this is the trend line that we got to pay attention to. China could really be starting to set up here and set up really big. Okay, so that's something that we want to watch for. Okay, so the other thing we want to watch for is Bitcoin, our cryptocurrencies here. Bitcoin doing okay. All right, so Bitcoin needs to break the 37,000 level, 37,800 level, and to push down to 33,000 or 34,000 level here. For bullish scenario, it needs about 42,000 to push above. Confirmation is not until 48. 48 closes. We'll get some buying volume here. We can easily push to 53. Until then, we got no trade on Bitcoin. It's just sideways. Okay, guys. So overall, the market is very frothy. There's a lot going on. Do not take big risks. Trade small. Let this volatility kind of, give you guys a direction. It'll die out eventually. But right now, volatility is up there ahead of the Fed, which makes sense. We just finished some tech earnings. So that's another thing to keep in mind of, right? So there's a lot the market has to absorb. And sometimes when you're absorbing and the market is really trying to figure out what's going to happen, because the market is always forward moving, you guys have to be careful. You don't want to get whipsawed. Okay, do not get whipsawed in this market. Try to stay alive, and try to stay focused on the market in terms of your account sizes, and trade small. Trade with risk to reward. Okay, if you guys like this segment and you guys like more segments like this, please comment and like to the channel, and I'd really appreciate that. I'll see you guys tomorrow.